Hello, I'm Dr. Road, the author from Master Books. Today, I'll show you how to install a larger controller for using a higher powered motor. First, we'll cut the ring connectors from the existing controller and replace them with XT90S connectors. The XT90S connectors prevent sparks during connection, so you won't be startled by any sounds or flashes. Applying flux to the wires before soldering makes the solder melt and spread easily. Since the wires are thick, use low melting point solder. Be aware that the controller might still have residual electrical energy. Avoid letting the black and red wires touch each other. The controllers in retro bikes are generally installed in a box under the seat. The seats are usually secured with M6 bolts or Phillips screws. Since they're fixed with double-sided tape, disconnect the connectors and remove the controller. To remove the controller box, twist it while holding the welded metal plate. You can also use a Dremel with a cutting disc. After cutting, smooth out any sharp edges with the Dremel. Apply paint to the cut areas to prevent rust. I recommend using spray paint for the cover and a brush for touch UPS. You can reuse the brush by wiping it with a paper towel. Expand the frame holes that held the rear rack to 7 mm with a drill, then install M5 rivet nuts. This ensures you can use the rear rack while making space for the controller. Apply some silicone tape to the sides to prevent scratches on the frame. For easier controller installation, trim the top part of the area secured by bolts slightly with nippers. Now, prepare Velcro ties or tape to temporarily secure the controller. Apply epoxy clay to the area covered with silicone tape. Be careful not to use too much epoxy clay, as it can make removing the controller difficult later. Use cable ties for a tighter fit. Wait for the epoxy to harden completely. When installing the monitor, the left grip of the throttle set might get in the way. Trim it slightly with the Dremel. This will allow the control button set to be perfectly positioned. Once the throttle is installed, connect the throttle connector. First, mount the monitor on the handlebar and then connect the monitor connector. To install a new pedal assist sensor, first remove the crank arm bolt. Loosen the head of the crank arm remover before installing it. Once the crank arm remover is secured, tighten the loosened bolt on its head. Now, the crank arm can be removed. pull out the pedal assist sensor to remove it. Install the new pedal assist sensor and reattach the crank arm. Connect the pedal assist sensor connector to the controller. Generally, motors over 1000 watts are secured using a ring connector box. Since I don't have the necessary parts, I'll secure it with bolts, nuts, and shrink tubing. Connect the 6-pin Hall sensor connector and prepare for the controller motor learning process. Ensure the chain is removed as the motor will rotate. If you don't have a lift to elevate the rear wheel, lay the bike on its side to work on it. Again, ensure the chain is removed as the motor will rotate backward. Turn on the monitor, briefly connect and disconnect the learning connector. The motor is rotating backward. Reconnect the connector. Now the motor is rotating smoothly in the correct direction. Keep the connector connected for over 20 seconds. Now disconnect the connector. Testing the throttle shows the motor running powerfully. Success! Check the video board for instructions on monitor settings. Organize the cables and reinstall the seat. In the next video, we'll explore how to use 12-volt electrical devices. You can find the Masterbook series, The Foundation of Electric Mobility, on Amazon now. Your subscriptions and likes greatly support our video production. I'm In Quan Wong. Thank you for watching.